The so-called singles tax in Japan has just come into effect with the start of the new fiscal year. In reality, it's a colloquial nickname for the official child and child-rearing support contribution. It isn't actually a tax, but rather an additional payment added to public health insurance premiums paid by all workers. And despite the name, it's not limited to single people. Everyone contributes an average of about 250 yen per month, with the amount expected to rise in the future, regardless of whether they have children. So why is it called a singles tax? You see, while everyone pays into the system, households with children receive significantly more in benefits than they contribute, whereas those without children bear more of the cost. This imbalance has sparked a surprising amount of backlash despite the relatively small financial burden. In 2022, single-person households became the largest demographic group in Japan for the first time, driven by later marriages, fewer marriages overall, and an aging population. In effect, this policy places additional strain on what is now the most common type of household. Few people would deny that the financial burden on parents is increasing or that policies are needed to encourage higher birth rates, even if only to sustain the future tax base. However, Japan's existing tax and social security system already puts the greatest pressure on lower middle-income earners who tend to receive the least in return. A large portion of workers' paychecks is already consumed by pension contributions, healthcare premiums, income tax, and residence tax. Combined with the rising cost of living, the strain on single-person households continues to grow. That's why the so-called singles tax rankles, even if its direct impact on take-home pay is limited. Younger people in Japan, as in many other countries, are increasingly frustrated by the growing burden placed on the working generation and concerned that it will only worsen as the population continues to age. The last thing Japan should do is place even more pressure on younger generations. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section.